Hold up, hold up, hold up. It's that boy G Planz. Don't give a damn. He cooler than a fan. Walking real tall. Some say he's a man.
M80. What's going on, man? We out here.
Yeah, for sure.
North New Jersey location right now. You know what I'm saying? How's everything going for you?
Right now, everything going good, man. Just working, man, grinding, trying to get everything situated, man. You know.
Yeah, you making some noise in your city. I was on your IG looking, trying to check you out, see how everything was going for you. Seems like you got a lot of respect in the city. You do stuff for the people and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I wanna go into this like M80. Like, how did you get that name M80?
I got the name M80. Actually, it was a point in time where I was incarcerated when I was a juvenile. And I used to just be doing little shit, like off of little poems I wrote, you know what I mean, when I was in a little situation, in a little relationship with this girl at the time when I was like around 17. So I used to just be writing little poems, and then I used to be kicking my poems to some of the dudes I was down with, and then eventually I just started, they was like, yo, this shit sound like it could be a song, like your poems sound like you need to be making music. So eventually I just started taking it and I started writing hooks, like R&B hooks, and then from there I just present them to some of my cellmates or some of the dudes I was down with. And you know what I'm saying, my name originally in my hood, they used to call me M80. And somebody was like, people, I was like, yo, I think it was either somebody presented it to me or I think I came up with it myself, like M80, like I need something strong or something that means something, you know what I mean? Yeah. And M80 is something like it's a firecracker, but at the end of the day, it's some heavy shit, you know what I'm saying? Some shit that, people blowing their fucking hands off and shit like that. So, I always felt like I was explosive, and as far as like lyrics or anything I did, I always felt like I delivered. To a certain extent, and I was like M80, like that's a way to go. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a dope name. You know what I mean?
So you from Patterson?
I'm from Patterson, New Jersey.
Yeah. Now before we start rolling, and I'm gonna mention it again. In your plastic record, you was like I came from the jungle with the lions. You feel me? Like that? Like they caught me.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like so how was it like growing up in your city, saying that?
Growing up in my city. It's different. Every area you go to is different. You know what I mean? Everybody approach is different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm from the west side. I'm from the west side of Patterson, Union Ave. And the whole entire Patterson is like the jungle. You know what I mean? If you can survive out there, you can survive anywhere. That's how I look at it. I done been places. I done been some of the toughest places. I done been some of the most proper places, but I never been nowhere like Patterson. And growing up there, it's a lot of people. You get a lot. You can get a lot of hate. You can get a lot of love. You get a lot of fake love. You know what I mean? It's like pretty much everywhere it's like that. But growing up out there, I seen a lot of shit. You know what I mean? I've been through a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But it also helped me to become who I am today. So like I said, like I came from the jungle with some lions. Some cats I know would drag your body out your fucking diamonds. Like, you know what I mean? Like you get robbed quick, for real. You know what I mean? And it all depends on who you are. You know what I mean? If you get love, if you give love, you get love. You know what I'm saying? But you still gotta have that grittiness to you. You gotta let motherfuckers know you ain't nothing to be fucked with.
True, man. Dudes, people think you sweet, they'll try to, do stuff. But man, sometimes, man, pain makes you stronger.
Exactly.
Some a lot of people don't understand it, but I want to say this, man. Like, when did you decide, like, man, I'm gonna be a rapper? I want to try this rapping stuff out.
I was doing little freestyles and shit. When I decided I wanted to be a rapper, I used to do freestyles when I was a kid. I'm from Grand Street Projects originally, so I used to walk up from my project to my school at the time, School 29, to go to kindergarten. And I used to be walking up the street, mean, I threw my little 50 cap to the back and shit, and be freestyling and shit, and rapping my own little shit. And then after that, growing up and shit like that, I always liked music. My mother was big on music. My mother had me when she was 16. So a lot of her biggest artists was like Erykah Badu, DMX, Rakim, you know what I'm saying, artists of that nature. And that's the type of people I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
So I was always big on music. And then when I got to the point and I was actually out in the streets and doing me, it was niggas that'd be freestyling and they'd be rapping and shit, and I'd just jump in and start rapping with the niggas. You know what I mean? These niggas was the known rappers at the time. I'm just a street nigga, so I used to just come up, jump in they shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was feeling it, so I used to do that for the time being. And then when I got in trouble, when I was 17 and I got incarcerated, that's when, like I said, I started doing a little poem shit, and that shit like let me explore my vocabulary. And since I was younger, like even in second grade, I always used to be getting like, I always was good at vocabulary and spelling and shit like that. So I started, you know, learning my wordplay and shit, and I was like, yo, you know, when them niggas like convinced me that I could actually do something with that shit, that's when I took it serious. And I came home, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna write music. I'm gonna write music for niggas. I'm gonna write R&B music for other artists. And they gonna buy it, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, not knowing how hard this shit actually is.
Oh yeah.
So that's what that was my intentions, to come home and to do that. But I had to, you know, I had to go through what I had to go through with real life shit, and then over time, going to different people's studios, going in niggas' apartments and rapping in people's closets and shit, and Passaic and Patterson and other places, and rapping in niggas' closets and shit. There's niggas that I started doing that shit with. They was rapping, and I was trying to come through to their spot and get it in, and them niggas just like, nah, you gotta wait for such and such to finish. Like, and I used to be trying to get time in. Meanwhile, I ain't had no cash to do it, so I try to come through and get it off on they time, but niggas wasn't hearing that shit, so you know what I mean. But that shit just pushed me, but I knew I wanted to do that shit, and I just kept going.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Right now, well, your Trap Kelly project been out for a few months. You know, did it get the response you wanted to when you put it out?
I mean, Trap Kelly, that shit is a great project. You know what I mean? In my opinion, how I feel. The response back that it got from all the people that actually reached out to me and let me know that. You know what I mean? You close that door? That door closed? There ain't no door? Tell him to go on there. Trap Kelly, you know, that it's a great project, you know what I mean, in my opinion. And a lot of the fans and a lot of the people who support me, you know, they allowed me and gave me the support and gave me the confidence to keep going with that shit, you know what I'm saying? And I love the response back that I got from that, you know what I mean? And I'm just gonna keep pushing that shit and keep it strong to this day. I got other projects and I'm working on other shit as we speak, you know what I mean? For the streets, for my niggas, you know what I'm saying? Trap Kelly is just the, you know, that's a part of me, a part of M80, you know what I'm saying? But as far as for the streets, I got some shit for the streets too, you know? So Trap Kelly is, you know, go get that project. If you ain't never heard it, you need to go check that out.
It's everywhere, y'all.
Yeah, it's classic on all digital platforms. So you can go get that shit, SoundCloud. If you wanna just check it out for free. If you wanna support it, it's on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, all that shit. So yeah.
I wanna ask you this question, man. All right, for the people who've never heard of your music, when they decide to go listen to all these records or Trap Kelly or whatever, like what should they be expecting to hear once they go to Apple Music or whatever?
I mean, expect to hear some shit that you know, you can share for years. Some shit that you know, I feel like it's a classic album. You know what I mean? Not just me. You know, I rather the people hear it first. You know what I mean, and let them do their thing on it and get their aspect of it. But you're gonna hear some R&B. You might hear a little pop. You're gonna hear a little rapping. You know what I mean? But it's definitely one for the times, and especially 2018. Y'all need that shit. So go check that shit out immediately.
Straight
You know
up.
what I'm saying?
Straight up. Now, I'm gonna say this: the whole world, we know about Fetty Wap. You know, Fetty Wap put light on Patterson. We'll say that. You know, Fat Boy SSE doing his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my bro Fetty Wap and Fat Boy SSE.
You know, man. I want to ask you, like, and I saw you in pictures with Fetty. Like, what is your relationship like with him?
Fetty Wap, that's my bro, man. You know what I'm saying? We both came from Patterson, New Jersey. We both, you know, had the same dreams, same aspirations and shit like that. So, you know, he actually brought me along on his journey. So I got to see everything, like, in the music industry firsthand. You know, I know a lot of the do's and a lot of the don'ts. All off of his dime. He actually granted me the fucking, you know, so, like, you know, shit that you don't get every day.
Yes.
Like, you know, a gift in order just to be around this shit, in order to meet different artists that I watched growing up as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Able to travel the world and shit like that. So, yeah, he definitely put me in that perspective. If it wasn't for that, you know, I wouldn't know a lot of the shit that I know now and the way to move. So, you know, being on this album.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Monty too.
Yeah, and Monty too, hell yeah. They put, you know, I'm on Fetty Wap album, that's a classic album. And I also was just on this mixtape, the final chapter too. So, you know, still busting moves with my bro, you feel me?
Yeah.
You know, we all on a separate journey, but we all chasing the same goal. Hell yeah.
It's too, man. Like, how did you, like, your city? I ain't gonna say just Patterson, because you got Patterson, you got North, you got all these people rapping in this area. Like, what are your thoughts on the music scene in your city? Like, I know, I'm pretty sure there's others coming up as well.
As far as my city itself,
yeah,
we got a lot of talent. Like, we got a lot of talent. It's so many up and coming artists. You know what I'm saying? You got Y&H. You got my bro Swizzy Marley. You got artists coming from up the hill, down the hill, from every genre. You know what I mean? From every area of my town. That's dope as hell, and all coming out the struggle. All coming out some of the most atrocious areas of the town, and all just trying to make it out the struggle, but they working, you know what I mean? And I think people respect that shit more, you know what I mean? They respect when the motherfuckers is trying to get on and get known for their talent, opposed to being known for being a shooter or a thug or a gangster or a killer, or even if you are this gangster or this thug person, you know what I mean? When you displaying your talent overall, they respect that shit more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Opposed to I do this, I do that. Nah, nigga, what else you could do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What could you do that's gonna, you know, that's gonna affect your family in a positive way? Fuck you being a gangster. Fuck you being this nigga that could do that, or you know what I mean? The shit that's gonna make a motherfucker not like you, make a person not like you, or make a motherfucker person wanna hurt you or harm your family. What could you do to put everybody on, or to make people want to welcome you into their home?
Yeah.
And then when they see your kids walking on the street, be like, that's such and such son, man, I need to pick, yo, so let me help you out. Let me help your baby moms out, cause who your dad is, you know what I'm saying? And he helped our city out. You know what I mean? He did this a certain way, and my kids like him because of this and this and that he did. So yeah, man, it's a lot of talent in my city, and it's a lot of people putting on, and a lot of people need to shed the light on that. You know what I mean? We don't get the exposure that we deserve. You know what I mean? But it's coming though. So.